Let's talk about how we can compare irrational numbers. Now, you may recall that irrational numbers are numbers that cannot be written as fractions. So when we have an irrational number as a decimal, that means it does not terminate and it does not have a pattern. It doesn't repeat. And so we've got an example of two irrational numbers here. The square root of 3 is an irrational number and the square root of 5 is an irrational number. If I put the square root of 3 into my calculator, that is an irrational number. And if I put the square root of 5 into the calculator, the square root of 5 is also an irrational number. And so if I take the square root of 3 and add something to it, it's still going to be irrational. An irrational number plus anything is still an irrational number. So two irrational numbers, and I want to compare them. Compare them means I want to know, is the square root of 3 plus 5 greater than, less than, or equal to 3 plus the square root of 5? Which one's bigger, or none of them are bigger and they're exactly the same? It's really difficult to compare these without turning them into decimals. I know the square root of 5 is bigger than the square root of 3, but how much bigger is it? Is it enough to make up the difference between the plus 5 on the left side and the plus 3 on the right side? Is the difference between the square root of 3 and the square root of 5 that much? It's hard to know without converting them into decimals. So that actually is going to be the strategy for solving this problem. I'm going to take the square root of 3 plus 5 and turn it into a decimal. Then I'm going to take 3 plus the square root of 5 and turn it into a decimal. And then I'm going to compare the decimals. Okay, so let's take the square root of 3 plus 5 and get a decimal for that, which is let's call it 6.73. I don't know if I'll need more than two places after the decimal yet, but let's start there, 6.73. And then I'm going to do the other side, 3 plus the square root of 5. So 3 plus square root 5, and that gives me 5.2. So let's do 5.24 just so they both have two places after the decimal, even though I don't really need any places after the decimal because the left side is 6 and the right side is 5, and I'm pretty sure 6 is bigger than 5. So we know that the left side is greater than the right side, and the greater than symbol is the one that goes like that. So the way that we would write this answer is the square root of 3 plus 5 is greater than 3 plus the square root of 5. And so this is how we compare two irrational numbers. We don't try to compare them until we have converted them into decimals. Decimals are very easy to compare. So after we've converted them into decimals, and they are rounded decimals, they have to be because they're irrational numbers, so the decimals go on forever, so we have to round the decimals, but we compare the rounded decimals to see which is the larger of the irrational numbers.